A massive wealth transfer may have already begun. Most people haven't noticed it, because while the world is busy debating whether AI will take jobs, something much bigger may be happening. Throughout history, the people who benefited most from technological revolutions were rarely the people who worked the hardest. They were often the people who owned the systems behind the revolution. And today, as AI reshapes the economy, the same pattern may be emerging again. This is why the biggest AI story is not about jobs. It's not about robots. And it's not even about technology. It's about ownership. And if that's true, then the future of wealth may belong to a very different group of people than most expect. The question is, are you watching the next economic revolution happen, or are you already falling behind? When people talk about AI, the conversation is almost always the same. Will writers survive? Will programmers survive? Will designers survive? Will accountants survive? Every headline points to jobs. Every debate points to jobs. Every fear points to jobs. But history suggests we're looking in the wrong direction. Because this is not the first machine revolution. And every time society focused on the machine, the real story was happening somewhere else. When factories appeared, people feared factories. When electricity appeared, people feared electricity. When computers appeared, people feared computers. But the people who became wealthy were not necessarily the people who understood the machines best. They were often the people who owned productive assets built around those machines. The factory owner, the railroad owner, the business owner, the investor, the shareholder. Again and again, history repeated the same lesson. Labor created income. Ownership created wealth. And now history may be repeating itself once more. Most people believe AI is competing with workers, but that isn't the most important thing happening. The most important thing is leverage. For the first time in history, a small team can perform work that once required a large organization. A creator can produce more. A business can scale faster. An entrepreneur can move further with fewer resources. The machine is increasing human leverage. And whenever leverage increases, ownership becomes more valuable. This is the part nobody talks about. The headlines focus on jobs. The deeper story is that AI may dramatically increase the value of ownership. Ownership of businesses, ownership of platforms, ownership of audiences, ownership of intellectual property, ownership of assets. The machine is changing, but the rules of wealth may be staying exactly the same. Imagine two people. The first person sells time. The second person owns systems. As AI becomes more capable, both people may benefit, but not equally, because there are limits to labor. There are only 24 hours in a day. There are limits to how much time can be sold. Systems do not have the same limitation. Businesses can scale. Assets can scale. Technology can scale. AI can scale. And that creates a question every individual must answer. Will you spend your life only selling time? Or will you spend part of your life building ownership? Because the gap between those two paths may become increasingly important in the age of AI. The opportunity. This is where many people get the story wrong. They assume this is a message of fear. It isn't. Every major shift in history has created uncertainty, but it has also created opportunity. The internet created new industries, new businesses, new creators, new fortunes. AI may do the same. The future will not belong exclusively to engineers, or billionaires, or giant corporations. The future may belong to people who learn how to combine human judgment with intelligent systems. People who adapt, people who build, people who create, people who own. Because every economic era rewards something different, and the reward structure may be changing once again. For generations, people were taught a simple formula. Work harder, earn more, build a better life. But the world is changing, and the most important question may no longer be how hard you work, The more important question may be, what do you own? Because the biggest AI story is not about machines replacing people. It is about a shift that has repeated throughout history. A shift from labor to leverage, from effort to ownership. The machine is evolving. The economy is evolving. The opportunities are evolving. And the people who understand that shift early may spend the next decade playing an entirely different game. The game has already started. The only question is whether you can see it. If you enjoy exploring the hidden forces shaping money, technology, and the future, subscribe. Because the biggest changes often happen long before most people notice them. I want to hear your perspective. Do you think AI will primarily reward labor, or will it reward ownership? Let me know in the comments. The most interesting ideas often come from the discussion, not just the video.